Midnight old roadside church, burned down to the frame. Cross had melted on the wall, still calling out my name. Boots in the cinder, smoking my tea. Smell of cheap gas, blood and mesquite. Camera pulls tight on my hands, black suit, split skin. Every scar on my knuckles is a fight I didn't win. They poured that liquor, struck that match, said let him fry. Flames climbed up like gospel, painting hell across the sky. I felt my jacket catch, heard my own bones creak. Saw my shadow on the bricks, looking tired, looking weak. But under all that orange roar, under all that black, something in my chest lit up and started laughing back. They said, stay down boy, this is where you win. But I heard my own voice cut through the wind. Wasn't praying for heaven, wasn't begging for slack, just a quiet little whisper. If you kill me now, I'm coming back. I'm the flame that laughed at its own ashes, got burned to the bone and still struck matches. They tore me down to smoking black, but I learned every way there is to burn back. Whoa, you can drown my name in gasoline, light me up in red and kerosene. I'll rise out the ruin, grin through the crack. I ain't scared of the fire. I'm the fire that learned to come back. I wasn't no saint, I was a spark in every fight. Lit up bars, lit up bears, lit up sinners in the night. Wild love on a motel mattress, lipstick sin. We set the room on fire just to feel something again. I held a Bible once, white blood on the page. Use a silver cross like a coin to pay for my rage. Mama said, baby, one day all this heat gets due. I laughed, if hell's got room, I'll bring a chair and some fuel. Camera cuts close on my chest, that scorched tattoo, her name have melted, but it still bleeds through. I press my palm to the scar, feel it throb like a drum. Say I ain't proud of what I did, but I ain't proud of what I'd run from. There's a little red coal in the pit of my gut. Every time life stomps me, it flares back up. So I kick through the embers of the man I used to be. Set fire to my chains till they glow like a crown on me. I told God don't cool me off if it makes me soft. Told the devil if you want me, turn the heat back off. I ain't begging for mercy, I'm just done with the act. If I burn for my sins, I'ma burn on my own terms and never turn my back. I'm the flame that laughed at its own ashes, turn every fall into a strike of matches. They beat me down, let me charred and crack, but every time I hit the ground, I rise up burning back. Oh, you can stack my failures like wood in a pile. I'll light them all up, walk through them with a smile. This ain't clean redemption, it's a roll run black, but I found my heaven in the heat of my hell, and I ain't looking back. I'm the flame that learned to bless its own scars, glowing like a ghost under burned out stars. Yeah, they burn me down, trying to turn me to slag. Now every time the world goes dark, I'm the first one to burn it. Midnight old church split open down the spine. Roof caved in like a drunk on his last cheap wine. Rain drips through the rafters, hymn books soaked in dust. Stained glass shattered, all the saints turned back to rust. Camera moves in slow, he's sitting in the aisle, half bent, back against a broken pew, jacket torn, skin spent. Blood from his shoulder rolls down to his wrist, fist wrapped tight around a nail like a hammered little fist. Oh. Every cross on the wall hangs crooked like guilt. Candles long dead, just black wax spilled. No choir left, no priest in white, just him and the wind and the bones of the night. He laughs, once dry like gravel in his throat, tastes sound and ash and a half-remember quote. Then he draws in a breath from the cold stone floor and lets a cracked voice climb where the roof ain't there no more. They said his faith fell down with the beams and the dust. Said God don't walk where you dragged all that rust. But every time they told him that his soul was done, he just stared up through the hole like he was staring at the sun. 'Cause his heart sank beneath a fallen church in the rubble of his sin and hurt. No choir robes, no holy crowd, just a broken man singing way too loud. The roof came down, but his voice stood tall like a cracked old bell in a crumbled wall. Yeah, his faith hit the ground with a heavy holy crash, but his song kept burning through the smoke and the ash. Whoa, 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 whoa. Flashback in the frame, he once knelt in that same front row. Clean shirt, clean hands, head bowed low. Called him son, said the Lord's got plans for the boy, picked up that gun. Oh, camera cuts back, now the pews are bones, bullet holes in the plaster where the choir once moaned. He lifts that rusty nail, presses it to his chest like a cheap little relic of the times he tried his best. Went house through the doorway, knocking dust off the saints. A voice in his head snows, you ain't nothing but your taints. He spits blood on the floor, snaps back with a grin. If I'm just what I've done, why the hell am I still singing? He drags a nail across his palm till it bites. Lets one red drop out where the moon cuts the light. Whispers, if you'll listen, don't fix what broke. Teach my dirty lungs to turn this wreck into a no. No angels left, just crows on the wire. No clean white halos, just smoke and fire. But in the hollow of that chapel where the roof caved in, every word he lets go sounds like it wants to begin. So his heart sank beneath the fallen church where the holy books drowned in dirt. No stained glass light, no perfect crowd, just a bloody hand raising one rough sacred sound. Yeah, the walls gave way and the heavens stayed black, but he found God in the echo that was shouting back. His faith fell hard in a cloud of stone and ash, but his voice kept standing like a bell that wouldn't crack. Oh. Every time the storm winds hit that town, they swear they hear a hymn in the thunder coming down. Not from any choir that the good folks built, but from a sinner in the ruins who made peace with his guilt. His heart still sings beneath that fallen church, in the bones of every loss, every hurt. It ain't bright, it ain't clean, but it's real enough to burn. 'Cause some faith only learns to stand after the roof don't return. Midnight backlot of some nowhere bottom bar, neon flicker on the dumpster, on his busted car, cigarette hanging off his lip, knuckles bruised and brown, boots still sticky from the last man he laid down. Streetlight glints on the knife in his hand, old friend, handle warm, smooth from every line he had to bend. Cutthroats carve space between him and her. Use that steel like a language when he ran out of words. Camera drops low on the puddle at his feet. Moon in the water, moon on the blade, both crooked and complete. For the first time he don't see a weapon in the chrome. He sees a tired-eyed stranger with no place left to call home. He lifts that knife to his face, moon shaking in the shine. Whispers, you kept me breathing, but you never were mine. Then his fingers start to tremble like they're carrying too much weight, and the edge that won't stand steady starts to hesitate. They used to say that boys got eyes behind his eyes. Truth is, he just let the blade do all the lies. But now his own reflections staring back too clear, and the sharpest thing he's holding ain't the steel, it's the fear. So the blade knelt down before his own hand, hit that dirt slow like it finally understands. He'd been living like the cut was who he had to be. But power ain't the violence, it's the man who sets it free. Yeah, he laid that cold touch, a metal in the dust. Said, I'm done letting you tell me who to love or who to trust. When he made peace with the weapon he'd been hiding behind, the steel shook first, and the fear moved out of his mind. Later on that night by the dried up drainage ditch, across from an old dead church leans crooked in the pitch. Wind hums low through the rebar like a broken hymn. He walks out, knife in hand, guilt hanging off of him. He drops to one knee where the weeds choke broken glass. Moon paints silver halos on his sweating on the grass. He presses that blade to his palm till it bites through skin. Watches one red drop hit the dirt, soak straight in you and me. He tells the knife we wrote some ugly songs. You kept me standing sure, but you kept me always wrong. Here's his own words echo off the rusted sign, like the Lord and the devil both waiting on his line. A stray dog howl from the highway's air train, way off in the dark. Sounds like a judge with no pledge. He plants that knife in the mud, point first, handle high. Looks like it's bowing to the busted up sky. He says, I ain't your servant, and I ain't your son. If there's blood still due, let it be my own, not the next one. Then he wipes his hand on his shirt like he's scrubbing off the years. And for once the night wind feels lighter than his fears. He used to think that being hard meant never dropping steel. Now he knows a colder truth that cuts a whole lot realer. If you can't walk away from the edge you've always known, you ain't holding the weapon, it's the one that owns your bone. So the blade knelt down before his own hand, like a sinner in the dust, like it finally understands. He'd been carving out a kingdom made of scars and cheap control, but the night he let it go was the night cold light in his eyes comes from something harder than steel. Sunset bleeding out behind that busted cypress line. Same old swamp that damn near took this neck of mine. Boots hit the mud with a soft, sick sound, like the ghosts of my footprints trying to drag me down. Camera drops low, brown water, old bones, big cans, nets in the air, skeeters dancing around my hands. I can still hear the night I went under too fast. Whiskey, bad bets, wrong crowd, rough path. Back then I was running from a man I couldn't face, drowning in my lies in the same black place. This time I ain't here to hide or to sink. I came back sober enough to hear the swamp thing. Wind picks up, cattails his like they know my name. Smell a ride diesel, cheap church flame. I take one step in mud, climbs up my heel. Feels like every bad memory trying to close that deal. I tell the dark, if you want me, you know the way. I tell the past, you don't get to choose how I pay. I ain't looking for heaven on some easy road. I came back to the pit where I first learned I could float. I walked back into the pit where I once sank. Every step was a curse and a kind of thanks. Heard the mud say my name with a crooked little smack, but the ground bowed low and I never once slid back. Yeah, I stood where I used to beg and choke, turned that drowning hole into my own dead joke. If strength means anything, it ain't a never looking back. It's standing where you broke till the earth learns how to hold your track. Flash of headlights on the levee, memory like a knife. Her red dress in the rear view, swearing she was done with my life. We fought in the cab till I spun off the road. Hit that water hard, went down with the load. Camera cuts tied, my hands clawing for air. Scream on the surface, my boots like to the chair. I saw my sin swim past me like catfish in the deep. Guns, dead lies I swore I'd keep. Then some rough old hand, I couldn't see your name. Grabbed my collar in the dark, yanked me back through the flame. When I coughed up mud on the bank that night, I promised ground and God I'd come back right. Years rolled by, I just drank that vow thing. Blame the swamp, blame the world, never walked back in. Now I'm here with a Bible page nailed to my chest. Sweat, mud, blood, mixing my own cheap holy vest. I sink my hand down till my wrist disappears. Lift up a fist full of sludge, all my old fears. Hold it up to the sky like some dark little crown, then let it drip off slow back into the ground. I tell the water, you had your shot, I'm still here. Tell the devil if you're listening, come a little more near. I ain't running from the places that once watched me drown. If I gotta meet my judgment, I want it on this cursed ground. I walk back into the pit where I once sank. Felt the pull at my ankles like a half-lit prank, but the mud split open like it knew I wouldn't crack. Yeah, the ground bowed down and I never slid back. I stood tall in the stink of my own old sin. Turned that grave of a man into a place I stand again. If there's any kind of grace, it ain't on some clean track. It's where you crawl back in the dark till the dirt learns your name and won't take you back. Now when storms roll in and the bayou turns black, I still walk that edge, I don't flinch, don't slack. I ain't saying I'm holy, just that I stopped being prey. I'm at the place that killed me, and I'm still on my feet. today.